Over the past few years, we have all sat back and kind of helplessly watched as our country, the United States of America, was slowly invaded. The crowds of people pouring across our border used to be a mixed bag consisting of mainly women and children with men sprinkled throughout. Kind of like the Titanic situation. Women and children get access to the lifeboats first. But over the past few years, we have watched a very drastic change. This mixed bag, a mixed crowd of people turned into a crowd of almost exclusively military-aged men. Now, what could go wrong? Why are all of these military-aged men pouring into America? Why aren't they being stopped? Those are the questions on a lot of people's minds, but the powers that be, the powers running this country, they know what they're doing. They know exactly what they're doing. All of this is by design. And I say that because America is not the first place that this has happened to. If you look over the pond or if you look overseas, you will see a lot of other countries that are going through what we're going through or have already went through what we're going through now. And most of them have not done much to stop it. In fact, the problems are continuing to get worse over there. And that's one of the reasons why a lot of people here in America have been freaking out. Because the signs are all there. We already saw that this has not worked out for any other country, so why are we trying it here? But like I said, it's all by design. And now the chickens have come home to roost. Ladies and gentlemen, it is no secret that we have sleeper cells all throughout this country. I know that I love America and you love America, but many people in the world do not feel the same. In fact, they feel the exact opposite. Some of them are raised hating America. They're raised with the goal of destroying America. Meanwhile, we are allowing people from these countries and areas that despise America and our values, we're allowing hundreds and thousands of them to pour into our country. What could go wrong? Not to mention all of the anti-American rhetoric, the anti-American ideologies that have been spreading right here in America. Being spread by Americans, not even foreigners. Hell, a lot of the immigrants in this country seem to love this country more than some of the people who were born here. Because a lot of the immigrants in this country, they ran away from certain things and they understand that America isn't as bad as what people want to make it out to be. You know, you got people that were born and raised here living privileged lives that hate America. Meanwhile, you got people coming from third world countries that actually love America because they understand how a lot of the rest of the world is. But that's a conversation for another day. The point that I'm trying to make here is that not only do we have to worry about these sleeper cells and foreign adversaries that are invading our country, we also have to worry about our own people. We also have to worry about our own people because of all of the anti-Americanism that is being spread currently and has been being spread for a while now. As you see, a lot of these sleeper cells that are coming over, a lot of these terrorist organizations and what have you, they don't necessarily come here with the intentions of doing something themselves. They don't necessarily come here with the intentions of carrying out an attack themselves. They come here to spread their ideologies. They come here to plant seeds and recruit. And I think we've witnessed that over the past couple of days with some of these news stories that are developing in New Orleans and what have you. You got Americans born here in America that sympathize with different terrorist organizations that hate America and are brainwashed into doing crazy things. And I mean, that's just a reality that we're going to have to deal with here. You know, not only are we worried about enemies from overseas, we're worried about enemies from within. And I think a lot of us have come to the understanding that our enemies within are more dangerous than our enemies abroad. But as I was saying, America has been invaded. And unlike invasions in the past, this invasion happened without much violence or bloodshed, without a single shot being fired in defiance. No, we were quietly, I don't want to say silently, because a lot of people were screaming at the top of their lungs about it, but we were kind of slowly, silently invaded. And now we got these sleeper cells all around the country. I mean, hell, in 2024, and I reported on this. You guys know I've been talking about this for so long. But in 2024, we had several different arrests. Chinese immigrants, Chinese foreign exchange students being arrested for spying on military bases with drones. I mean, that right there is enough to tell you, hey, we got a real problem here. Not only are the people illegally crossing this border planning to do horrible things to American citizens, but we're allowing foreign exchange students and even legal immigrants are coming over here and getting caught spying on our military bases. Taking photos of shipyards that are building nuclear submarines and what have you. And this is all stuff that we already talked about on this channel, but people don't care until it directly affects them. But yeah, the signs are all there. We've been invaded. We know we've been invaded. And now I believe that a lot of these sleeper cell agents have been given the green light. I believe January 1st was like the day that these people were given the green light. All right, go mode. Let's go ahead and start doing some of the crazy things that we've been planning out. I feel like they wanted to start off the new year just in the way they did. They started it with a bang. They started it by taking lives and doing all types of crazy nonsense. And as I was saying, some of the threats that we have to worry about are people born right here in America that have been swayed by foreign adversaries and foreign ideologies and what have you. So right now, I don't think we should live our life in fear or anything like that. I would never suggest that at all. But me personally, I'm going to steer clear of large gatherings. Now, that's not hard for me. I'm not the type of person that likes to be in large crowds. I'm not out partying, on the weekends and stuff like that. That's not my scene, at least not anymore. I don't really want much to do with all of that. But I would encourage most people, hey, for right now, maybe you don't want to go to that parade. Maybe you don't want to go to that large gathering downtown. Because it appears that the green light has been given to these sleeper cells. And it also kind of appears, I don't want to be that guy, but it kind of appears that there's some coincidences happening here where it makes it look like some of these attacks are, I don't know, it looks like they're making it easier for bad things to happen. I'm really wondering why the barriers were down during the New Year's Eve festivities and right before the big football games in New Orleans, when these barriers are usually up, but conveniently they're down. But that's a conversation we'll have in another video. All I'm saying is, not only do we have to worry about the sleeper cells from foreign countries, we got to worry about sickos from our own country that have been radicalized by foreign ideologies. And we got to worry about the powers that be and forces within our own country that are allowing these things to happen for their own agendas or what have you. So right now, it's a very interesting time to be in America, because a lot of the things that we were worried about happening, they're kind of starting to happen. And it really feels like it's all happening so rapidly. And I just have a feeling that some of these three-letter agencies are going to have their names all over a lot of the crazy stuff that's going to be happening. Like I keep saying, these sleeper cells, When you think of a sleeper cell, you're usually thinking of someone from like a foreign military or a foreign adversary. But some of these sleeper cells are going to be former military personnel and stuff like that, stuff like what we're seeing. Who knows what type of stuff they've been exposed to? Who knows what type of stuff has been planted in their minds? I know some people would say MK Ultra, brainwashing, stuff like that. I'm not going to necessarily take it that far, but you know. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. So, don't be surprised if you see a lot of crazy things and a lot of crazy actions and attacks that are carried out by former military personnel, people who are on the FBI watch list. They're always aware of these people, and I honestly think that some of the stuff that's going on right now is connected, regardless if they say it is or not. But when you take a step back and you look at everything that's going on right now, maybe people should have paid a little more attention to those drones. Because right now it's like we got drones flying in the sky above our heads, and now we got people on the ground, sleeper cells being activated. And you gotta wonder what comes next. Because we've already been fully invaded. Not only have we been fully invaded, some of our own people are turncoats. And not only are we fully invaded by these sleeper cell agents on the ground carrying out random attacks in random cities, we also got mysterious aircraft flying over our heads and over all of our military bases. So, I feel like I talk about this stuff every day, and I feel like I shouldn't have to, because I could talk about it until I'm blue in the face, and no one really cares, and within a couple of days, people will forget about the Cybertruck, they'll forget about New Orleans, and they'll be on to something else, right? But hell, can you not see the writing on the wall here? What other warnings do we need? What else do people need to see? Good God. What else do people need to see for them to be convinced that there's a bigger picture here? That all of this stuff is not just random coincidences and accidents. I don't know what it's going to take for people to wake up. And I am accepting, one of my goals moving into 2025 is accepting that some people cannot be saved. Some people are not going to wake up. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink no matter how hard you try. And I've been trying hard for years. But I guess we're just going to have to sit back and watch a lot of this play out because, like I said, in the grand scheme of things, it kind of feels like a lot of us are helpless to stop this problem from happening. And I just hope that people realize that it's going to take a lot more than winning an election to turn this country around. It's going to take a lot more to save this country from those who want to destroy it. And it's become evidently clear over the past few years, and it was made loud and clear on January 1st of 2025, that there are a lot of people who want to destroy this country. They want to destroy the people within this country. They want to destroy American values and what have you. But for now, I want to know your thoughts about all of this down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe, ring that notification bell, and I'll talk to you all very soon in the next one.